All right. Good day and welcome to AFD'S Academy. I am Archie Francis Deba. Today, we want to find out the endpoint in the present 2026 Neco exams that will be coming forward. Now, there are two major ways which one can ascertain what the endpoint is by carrying out the titration given the variables which the institution has sent to the instructors, which are the chemistry teachers. Two, we can also use a formula to determine that, which is more precise. Before I go into the lab, I should have been able to use the formula to know what the endpoint exactly is. So it is by that chemistry that these are the variables they give us. So I want to use these variables to determine the endpoint before we can go to the lab. So whatever you're doing in the lab must be you must be able to collaborate with what you have in the class in terms of your calculation. So the easiest way to do that is what I'm about to do right now. And what I'm going to do, you will also know what the concentration of the acid should be and the concentration of the base should be. So that will be like a guide to lead you to or guide you through the process of doing your chemistry practicals without much challenges. So what they gave us actually here, they gave us the volume concentration, which is the concentration that should be dissolved in water for the acid to be prepared. That's the concentration of the acid itself, which is 2.7. The specific gravity of the same acid is 1.84, and the percentage purity is 98%. So by this, I will have to apply my formula. We have the formula called volume concentration is equals to the molar con, so this will also help us to know the molar concentration, times the relative molecular mass of the acid times 100, all over the percentage purity times the specific gravity. So this is what we are going to use to know what the molar concentration is. So if we know the molar concentration of the acid, we can now proceed to calculate the volume of the acid. So from here, we are going to move on. They have given us the volume concentration to be 2.7. This is equals to the molar con, which I don't know, I'm about to find out, times the relative molecular mass of H2SO4 is 98 times 100 all over the percentage purity is also 98 times the specific gravity is 1.84. So 2.7 is equals to, I have my 98 times 100 gives me 9,800. So I have the molar con times 9,800 all over 98 times 1.84, and that gives me 180.32. 180.32. This is over 1. So if I have to cross all over here, I have my MC 9800. MC 9800 is equals to 2.7 times this. I will be having that 180.32 times 2.7. That will give me 486.864. So if that is it, my MC is equals to 486.864 divided by 9800. If I do that, I will have my 486.864 divided by 9800. I have 0.04968, which is the molar con approximately becomes 0.0497 mole per dm cube. So, from the formula, we've been able to ascertain that our molar concentration of the acid is 0.0497. So I come over here, put my molar con to be 0.0497 mole per dm cube. So from here, I have to take this out. Okay, for the base, which is sodium hydroxide, they gave us the mass concentration of 4. So if the mass concentration for the base is 4, we can now say the molar concentration, molar con of B is equals to mass con of B over the relative molecular mass of B. And this is 4 over 40, and that is 0.4 divided by 40 is 0.1 mole per dm cube. So now we can say this is mass con, let's say molar con of the base become 0.1 mole per dm cube. So from here, I have also been able to establish from the formula what the molar con is which is 0.1, and what the molar con for the acid is, which is 0.0497. I can therefore, we know that the volume of the base is always, which is VB, volume of the base is always 25 cm cube as required. That is the size of your pipette. Now the volume of the acid is what we need to know which is our endpoint. But we can also know what that is by balancing our equation of reaction to get the number of moles of acid and base. So by that, I have to take this out and balance that equation. So I have my H2SO4 plus NaOH, which will give me sodium sulfate plus water. Now, I want to find out, I have 1 hydrogen plus 2 here, which is 3, and I have 2 here. If I have 2 here to be 4, and 2 here to make it 2 plus 2, 4. But my sodium now is 2. So the ratio of acid to base, I can now say Na, number of moles of the acid is 1, and Nb, which is number of moles of the base, is 2. So if I use my formula, the CAVA, I can now get my endpoint. So the endpoint will therefore be, I have to take this out so that I can finalize. So using the formula, CAVA over CBVB is equals to Na over Nb, and the volume of acid is what I need. So my volume of acid is equals to CBVBNA over CANB, and this is equals to the CB, which is the concentration of the base, is 0.1, so I have 0.1 mole per dm cube. Volume of the base is 25 cm cube, times number of moles of the acid is 1. Number of moles of the acid is 1. We have Ca now, concentration of the acid is 0.049, 0.0497 mole per dm cube, times number of moles of the base is 2. And all of this is equals to, so if I have 0.1 times 25 divided by 0.0497 divided by 2 is 25.15. So 25.2 cm cube. So the endpoint for the reaction is 25.2 cm3. Because it's 1.5, approximately we have to deal with two significant figures, and now we have 25.2 cm3. So if you have seen if you have followed me from the beginning, you understand that I was able to use the formula method to determine the endpoint for the Neco exam, which is forthcoming. And from here, you have been able to see that the endpoint is 25.2. When we have the volume of the pipette to be 25, which is the volume of the base. And using the formula, the volume count, which is equal to the molar count times relative molecular mass times 100, divided by the specific gravity and the percentage purity, we're able to establish the molar concentration. Substituting that into this formula, having determined the molar concentration of the base and balancing the equation to get the number of moles of acid and that of the base, then it becomes easy and straight up to calculate the volume of the acid, which is 25.2. That is just it. So whatever you do in the lab in terms of your using the practical method, doing the practicals to know their endpoint, it is straight up to know that your target is that 25.2. That is where the range in which it should fall. But in terms of the standard which is required, the Neco officials will be dealing with plus or minus 0.3, which means if it is 25.5 is okay, or if it is 25.0 is still okay, or 24.9 is still okay. Within that range, it is acceptable. And if this is the endpoint given by the instructor, which is your teacher, then if you have anything within that range, it is permissible, it's okay. So far, this is all we can do for the time being. I will have to give you further predictions of the nature of the questions which will be coming to guide you further in order not to make any error. Thank you.